Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not just all talk, he will actually put in the effort and show up every day. With his strong work ethic and strict way of doing things, he'll climb steadily at work and rarely slack off. But don't expect him to take risks or break new ground. He prefers sticking to what is proven and reliable.
Can he bounce back from failure?
He is quite tough when things go wrong at work. Instead of panicking or getting emotional, he'll focus on fixing the problem as quickly as possible. Don't expect much comfort if others are upset. He's not one for soft words.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may respect his strong work ethic and dependability, but he isn't the easiest person to get along with because he sticks firmly to his way of doing things and doesn't care much for others' feelings. There might be tension. He's not rude just for the sake of it, but his bluntness can rub people the wrong way.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He's more likely to feel uneasy than proud if you do much better in your career. He wants to be in control and sees himself as the one who should lead. So, your big success might make him feel left behind or challenge his sense of order. You might notice him making sharp comments or even getting stricter at home.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, he is likely to feel unsettled or even secretly resentful if you earn more than him. He wants to be the main provider and have things his way. So your higher income can bruise his ego. This isn't about you doing anything wrong, it's about his need to feel on top.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is very careful with money and likes to keep everything organized. He plans his spending, looks at details, and will often stick to a budget. If you value saving and being practical, you'll find this helpful.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and prefers a simple, steady lifestyle. You won't catch him showing off, wasting money, or pretending to be richer than he is. Big, flashy purchases or risky financial moves aren't his style.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight with both money and his mindset. He's not someone who gives easily or goes out of his way to share. whether that's with cash, time, or even a listening ear. If you need comfort, special surprises, or a bit of softness, you might not get it often.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's open and direct about money, but also quite controlling. He won't hide anything. He will tell you exactly where the money goes and expects the same honesty from you. If you value clear talk but want a say in how money is handled, you may have to stand your ground with him.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework should be done a certain way, and often that means expecting you to take on most of it. He is firm in his views and may even be strict about routines and order at home. If you don't do things his way or keep up with chores, he might point it out or push you to follow his rules.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to supervise than truly pitch in with chores or diapers. You'll probably find him pointing out what needs to be done, setting strict routines, or telling you the right way to do tasks, rather than actually rolling up his sleeves beside you. If he does step in, it's usually because he thinks things aren't being done as they should.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's more likely to argue to prove he's right than to really try and understand your side. Even if you share your feelings calmly, he often sticks to his own point of view and wants you to follow it. He isn't quick to listen or imagine how things feel for you, and discussions with him can feel one sided.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays mostly in control, but he can be blunt and sharp with his words. He's not likely to yell or throw things, but he might say things that sting or make you feel small because he believes he's right and wants you to know it. He won't sulk or withdraw, but his way of showing anger can feel cold and a bit harsh.
Does he have a bad temper?
He doesn't get angry quickly. He's generally steady and calm, but when he does lose his temper, it can come out in strong, harsh words rather than shouting or emotional outbursts. His anger is not wild or out of control, but it can still hurt because he doesn't soften what he says.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or admit when he's wrong. More often, he will insist that his way was right or shift the blame onto you or someone else. Taking responsibility doesn't come naturally to him, and real apologies will be rare.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He tends to be stubborn and set in his ways, so respecting boundaries isn't always his strong point. While he might not force things in a direct way, he could keep pushing or argue his side if he doesn't agree with your no. He may not easily accept limits, sometimes making you feel pressured to explain or defend your choices. This can wear you down, especially if you want your boundaries respected without negotiation.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He might see your no as a sign that something is wrong with him or that he's being rejected, not just that you need space or rest. This can make you feel guilty or uncomfortable, especially if he keeps bringing it up.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
He is not the kind to spread your secrets or use personal things to embarrass you in front of others. He values privacy and doesn't like drama, so you can trust him not to gossip or share what happens in your private moments. If respect in public is very important to you, he will not let you down there.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He is serious about routines, order, and keeping life under control. So, looking elsewhere doesn't fit his style. He prefers stability and sticking to what he knows rather than chasing new excitement.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He can be controlling, especially about routines and decisions, but he isn't usually the jealous or suspicious type. His need to be in charge comes from wanting things done his way, not from fear that you might stray or talk to other men. He will set rules and expect you to follow them, but you won't see constant checking on your phone or questioning who you meet.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what he calls being protective is often just him being controlling. He may say he's looking out for you, but really, he wants things done his way and expects you to follow his rules. This can show up in daily routines, decisions, or even how you spend your time and money.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to see parenting as something that should be done a certain way, usually his way, and expect you to take on most of the day to day work. He'll set rules and routines and may step in to supervise or make decisions, but the hands on tasks and nurturing will mostly fall on you. Teamwork may be difficult as he isn't quick to share responsibilities or listen to new ideas about raising the kids.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will mostly stay calm, but he'll be blunt and strict about what went wrong. He won't shout or get wildly angry, but his reaction can feel cold and sharp, focusing more on correcting mistakes than comforting their feelings. The kids won't face scary outbursts, but they might wish for more kindness and warmth when things go wrong.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will respect your role as a mother, especially if you handle things the way he thinks is right, but he may not fully support you as your own person. He often expects routines and responsibilities to come first and might forget that you have dreams, needs, and limits outside of being a mom. If you try to balance your own passions or career with family, he could push back, wanting you to focus more on home and his way of doing things.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but could later expect you to quit or focus fully on home once you have a child. He values routine and traditional roles, so he may assume you'll shift your attention to managing the household and raising kids when the time comes. If your independence and career are important, it's wise to talk honestly with him about these expectations before moving forward.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface than to show real warmth to your parents. He believes in good manners and doing what's expected during visits or family events. But deep emotional closeness or extra affection probably won't be there. He may stick to formalities, speak directly, and keep things practical rather than friendly or lively. He is much more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than him changing for them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family causes stress or gets too involved, he will usually handle it in a calm but very firm way. He won't shout or lose his temper, but he'll lay down his views directly and sometimes with little patience for their feelings. He might be blunt or set strict boundaries, which can make things tense or uncomfortable.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife, daughter in law, in front of his relatives, even if he seems modern with you privately. While he may let some things go at home, when relatives visit or during family events, he'll want you to follow customs, show respect, and maintain a good image according to traditional standards. He sees these roles and routines as important and could be strict about how you dress, behave, or speak.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them rather than openly support you. He strongly values keeping order and following tradition. So when differences come up, he may expect you to adjust instead of speaking up for you. If standing together as a team during tough times is important to you, this is something you should think about seriously.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is not the classic mummy's boy who follows his mother in everything, but he does respect his family's ways and values order at home. In a conflict with his mother, he's unlikely to take your side openly. He won't easily challenge his mother or create drama, preferring to stick to what's always been done.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values privacy and prefers to keep household matters within the home, handling issues directly rather than involving outsiders. If he does mention something, it will usually be about keeping order, not about gossip or seeking sympathy.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man means living in a world of routines, clear rules, and practical plans every day. He works hard, expects things to be done a certain way, and often puts work and order above fun or affection.